If you're watching this, you probably already know something's not working. You might feel overwhelmed, tired, or unsure of where to even begin. This series is called What Can We Do? Because there are things we can do right now from where we are. Today we're going to be talking about volunteerism, not just as a concept, but as a foundation for community building, not as a band-aid, not as a feel-good task, but as a starting point for transformation. Volunteerism has always been a part of human survival. Before corporations and governments took control of care, people helped people because they knew they couldn't do everything alone. Enslaved people risked their lives to help each other escape. Mothers shared their food or homes in secret during war. Neighbors built houses, watched children, and cared for the sick long before hospitals charged for it. In the U.S., volunteerism became more formalized during crises. The Great Depression, civil rights, natural disasters. Mutual aid was how people survived. But lately, volunteerism has been rebranded as charity, something you do after work, not instead of the system. A side hobby, not a revolutionary act. But I want to bring it back to what it was, a way of reclaiming power. At its core, volunteerism means offering your time, energy, or skill freely, without convincing, without payment, and without ego. That doesn't mean the work is worthless, it means the motivation is different. It's not about applause, it's not about status, it's about care, real, grounded, consistent care. You show up not because someone told you to, you show up because someone needs help, and you can help. That simple act of choice, that's where power begins. And why is it important? Because we're trying to build something new, and how we build it matters just as much as what we build. If we start with control, with hierarchy, with pressure, then our foundation is already cracked. But if we start with consent, curiosity, and volunteering, we're starting from a place of freedom, of real connection. Volunteering allows us to organize in ways that don't mirror the system we're trying to replace. It protects us from systemic violence too, because when no one is in charge, no one can be taken down as the leader. And over time, as we grow, we can choose to form legal structures like trusts, non-profits, or co-ops, not to give ourselves to the system, but to protect individuals within it. It's a conversation we'll return to a bit later, but we can use what exists to shield what we're building. And what does it look like in practice? Let's say you want to get involved, but you don't know where to start. Offer what you're good at. Maybe it's organizing, maybe it's listening, maybe it's graphic design, writing, cooking, or making flyers. Ask yourself what needs doing and can I help with that? Then just start, no permission needed. Volunteerism isn't just about waiting for the right role to appear. It's about responding to what's in front of you. That might be a neighbor who needs groceries, a community garden, a spreadsheet that needs updating, a child who needs someone safe to talk to. Start from what's real, start from what you know, start with someone, not everyone. But what if people take advantage of that? People ask this a lot, and yes, you have to set boundaries. This is why communication and structure come next. Volunteering doesn't mean self-sacrifice, it means freedom of choice. We'll talk more about structure in the next videos, but for now, you get to say yes, you get to say no, and no one's here to make you feel guilty for either. The goal is never to force people into work, the goal is to show them what's needed and ask, can you help? That's it, and when people say yes because they choose to, the work becomes sustainable and honest and real. Volunteering is how we begin together. You're not meant to do this alone, none of us are. That's why volunteerism matters. It allows us to experiment, to learn, to make mistakes, and to support one another without the weight of capitalism crushing the process. It's about participation, not perfection. And I promise, it won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because everything good I've ever seen, everything lasting, started with someone who actually cared about what they were doing. So what's next? In part 3, we'll talk about roles, the real humankind. Not job titles, not a fixed hierarchy, but living contributions. The listeners, the organizers, the door knockers, the quiet folk who keep track of everything. The caregivers, the digital architects, the ones who ask what needs doing and does it. And if you're ready to begin now, you already can. Just talk to someone, ask what they need, start small. I wish you strength, I wish you community, and I hope you remember we can't do it alone, but we were never meant to. I'll see you in part 3.